everyone. Welcome to my regular Monday evening, 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Time to stamp together and just have some crafting fun. My name is Lillian and I come to you from Alberta, Canada, and I'm so happy to have so many of you joining me from really all over the world. I notice that on my YouTube channel I get all kinds of people from other parts of the world, and I just love how we can be globally creating together. So that's so much fun. I'm going to, in a minute, put you right down to my desk and we're going to talk about some fun things. Just a heads up about what we're doing tonight. We're doing a technique that's one of my go-to techniques. So the technique itself is not new, but the tool with which we're going to do it is new. So it's the perfect storm where they come together and they're so much fun. So let's go down to my desk and see what's happening. And just while you're recovering from that little trip down to my desk, let me make sure that I am connected to the right spot on the computer. And I just saw that gorgeous switch down to the desktop, so I think we are. So one of the first things I want to point out is that beginning tomorrow, so this is a sneak peek, there is a promotion on in the month of February. So it's still on with Celebration, and it's called Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick. And they are two bundles that will be available only during February. Now, this stamp set is in the mini catalog, so it will be available otherwise. But the bundles, as far as I understand, are only available during the month of February. Now, those of you who have been stamping with Stampin' Up! For a while, this one might look familiar. This was in a celebration about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And it was so popular that they've brought it back for the month of February, and they've also brought coordinating dies. So these cut out the chicks here, but then, the three of them, there's this little guy here, but there's some other things too, like this sort of mesh here and the corn stalks and some other things with that. And so the bundle here is $60.25. And guess what? You will earn a celebration item if you get that bundle. So just saying, you know. The other bundle is called the Hey Birthday Chick bundle, and this is in the mini catalog. I'm going to show you another picture of it soon. And then these dies come with it. So you've got the picket fence, the sack of grain, the dies that cut out these chicks here, a happy birthday die. So lots of fun. And it comes to $59.25. So with that, just adding a smidgen more to it, you would end up earning a celebration item too. Hi, Diana. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. So let's go to the mini catalog and see where it is there. It's on page 52. That's where you would find the Hey Birthday Chick. So, and here are just a few samples showing it. And one of the things that I love is it's got this here to make lots of confetti. You're still a spring chicken, best of cluck. Just great stuff. And I've made some cards with this that I'm going to show you at the end. So hang in there. So let's put that to the side and put this to the side for now. And just take care of a little bit more business. For those of you new to watching here, this is where you find my website and my online store. And if you shop at my online store, if you could use that hostess code if your order's under $200. If it's $200 or more, you get all the hostess benefits anyway. So that's just fine. But I have a little loyalty reward program going on, and that gives you access to that. So hi, Sheila. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you guys here. So let's take a look-see at what we're going to do. We are going to create, I'm just going to show you one card. We're going to create, now we're not creating this one, but we're going to learn how to create these really neat, colorful backgrounds. So, and I'll explain how on the card that we're going to do. we are going to create this one. So I used one of the Hey Chick stamps just because I love them. And we have somebody who's just recovering from surgery, and I was thinking maybe I could adapt this a little bit because they're definitely not able to be up and walking about right now. So maybe, who knows, I'll see if I can, but regardless. But the focus is going to be creating this background here and then what to do with it once you've created it. So we're going to bring in just a piece of basic white, and this is 3 3/4 by 5, but it can be whatever you want. And the first thing we're going to do is take a shape. So I made this oval shape, and this is what it, and I happened to make it the same size. It just was easier. And we're going to put that there. It's like a mask, so I can make all the mess I want over here, and we're going to fill that in. Now, what I often do is I bring in my seal, and I put a little seal in each corner, and then I stick it to my clothes for a while until it's only a little bit tacky, not really tacky, and then stick it down just to hold it. But you know what? If you have a Stamparatus, this is even better. So I'm going to bring my Stamparatus in. I'm going to get this all evened up, and should have got my magnets out first. Let's flip that over. Now the warning with these magnets, remember, is that you keep them far apart. They really like each other and will jump tall mountains to get to each other and then break themselves. So goodness, I've got that in an awkward spot. I made these little handles out of duct tape. I guess I should have made that one a smidge longer. So keep them apart. It's the voice of experience talking. I thought I was keeping them apart, and they just went shoo! And then I had a few more magnets. Anyway, I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to put one magnet here and one here, and they're going to hold it in place. So that's all good. Now I use this one for this, and I wrote down the colors I used, but I'm going to use different colors tonight. So let's just bring in the colors that I'm going to use. I am going to bring in some Daffodil Delight. I've actually pulled all of these colors from the Brights family. I'm going to bring in some Melon Mambo and some Bermuda Bay. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in likely my most favorite new tool. So the newest tool in the mini catalog, the blending brushes. I just love them. In fact, I love them so much that I've got 2 sets now. So then I put this here, and I keep this for all my yellows. When I didn't have 2 sets, I used my pink one for yellows, reds, and pinks. So you can do that, and I will show you exactly how to clean them at the end too. So, and I'm also going to bring in a piece of scrap paper. My work area is a little bit small here, but we'll make it work. Roz, hi. Chilly, Florida. Oh, frost in Florida. Oh no, that's awful. Frost here is pretty normal, but not for you. So stay warm, bundle up. So what I'm going to do, and you can see, do you see this little owie here? These brushes are so soft and they're full of bristles, but I stored it accidentally leaning against something, and that's how I got that, but it's still okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pounce it in the ink pad, and just like anything else when you're stamping, you want nice and juicy ink pads. Now before I put it down here, I'm just going to pounce it either on my scrap paper or on the corner here, and then I'm going to start off on the scrap and just swirl. At least I like to swirl. You can do whatever you want. But it's just, and it's so soft and so beautiful. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. I see people here that were at Stamping Staycation, and I hope you've recovered and are having lots of fun. So I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to clean my brush yet because I might want to use it again. And I'm going to bring in the pinks. Now I can use this for all of my pinks. I'm just going to bring up some of the Melon Mambo and tap some off. I just re-inked these pads, so they are pretty inky. There we go. And I'm going to overlap the yellow and just go like that. And you notice I'm holding here or like that. There, it just gives me a little bit more control. I'm not pressing hard. I am just sort of resting it and swishing. So now I've picked up some Bermuda Bay. I'm going to tap it there. And I'm going to just swish here. Now I could make it in a line diagonally. There's no rhyme or reason. I could have kept this all one color. I just decided I wanted to try using the 3 colors. And there we go. My Bermuda Bay isn't quite as juicy as the other 2 ink pads. And the thing when you're doing this kind of thing is it sometimes looks like you're not doing anything, but you are. And it's like magic when you remove this little mask here. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to stop there. Now to clean my brush, I am going to take my scrap paper and just go back and forth until it's not leaving any ink on the paper. And then that is done. And I'm going to bring in the yellow now. I'm making this up, so you can make it up yourself. And I'm going to swirl the yellow over everything just to kind of ease and blend it in. And I'll clean that yellow brush. And I'm just going to hang on to the Melon Mambo and I'm going to take a peek. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes, I'm happy with that. I'm going to clean the Melon Mambo brush like that. There we go. You can wash those brushes, but I am finding I don't need to. As long as I clean them off, they're good to go on another color. If you do wash them, they take basically overnight to dry, and you do not want to use them wet. They don't work very well wet, so you do have to make sure that they're good and dry. I'm going to put one magnet away before I touch the other magnet. These are super duper magnets. There we go. Now are you ready for the magic? Let's peel this off here. Isn't that a pretty background? Give me a thumbs up if you like that. I'm impressed with it anyway. So there's another use for your Stamparatus. Let's put that to the side and let's do some stamping. Now I'm going to bring in my silicone mat just so I have a contrast so that you can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to bring in the chick with the balloon here. Should I do that one? Yeah, well, I've got it mounted. I better stick with my plan, right? There we go. And I'm going to bring in the Memento black ink and ink up this. And I just re-inked that as well. So I just have to touch it down. I do not have to smoosh. Just touching down, taking a look, making sure everything's getting inked. And now I can decide where to place it. So I'm going to try to get the wings down in this corner and go for it. There. Let the ink have a moment to transfer onto the paper. And when I've got a long stamp like this, I like to put the pressure where the stamp is. Ooh, gorgeous. Lovely. And so just already look at the difference in the 2 colors. Haha. All right, so now I need some words. On this one, I put "Let's Celebrate You." And, oh, I meant to bring in "Best of Cluck" here. So I'm going to bring that in. I love this one. He's got lots of character. Here we go. "Best of Cluck," and I will get a block. Here we go. And ink that up. And again, not pressing hard. How many of you would like me to do another lesson on re-inking your ink pad? I've done it before, but I'm not sure everybody... Ooh, that looks good. Like it. if you would like me to do, yes, it does look like an Easter egg, doesn't it, Diana? There we go. So basically, that's just stamps, ink, and paper, and we've got this. Now, the balloon does look a little funny going outside the Easter egg, so this is what I thought we would do. I'm going to bring in some scrap paper again, and I am bringing in the one of the packages of papers that you can get if you sign up to be a demonstrator. This is the Brights, and all the colors I was using on the background here are from the Brights. So let's choose. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, and I know some of you are thinking about signing up to be a demonstrator, you get not just one of these packs of paper, not just two of these packs of paper, you get 5. So the 4 color families plus the 2020 to 2022 in colors. So, and these will be in the next annual catalog. So just keep that in mind. Now, should we make a Melon Mambo balloon? Or should we make a Daffodil Delight balloon? Or let's see, what the other color was Bermuda Bay. Let's see if we can find Bermuda Bay in here. Oh, I'm in the in colors, not the Brights. That would make a difference. I had the Brights somewhere else. Here they are. And opened the in colors. I was showing you the in colors because I wanted to show you the package, but I've already been into the Brights. So let's start that again. Should we use Melon Mambo? Should we use Daffodil Delight? And again, all the patterns are sort of tone on tone, so that it's really neat to see. Or should we use Bermuda Bay? Where are you? Have I used all the Bermuda Bay? I think he's right back in here somewhere. There he is. So the reasons I'm looking at those is those are the colors of ink we use. So what color would you like here? Melon Mambo, Bermuda Bay, or Daffodil Delight? And while you're doing that, Tara said yes to re-inking. So let me just grab an ink pad and a re-inker, and I can show you that. So I'm going to, here we go. Melon Mambo is the first one I saw. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit of everything. I guess Bermuda Bay was the first one that showed up. Sorry, Kelly. Melon Mambo will be the next time. Just a little side trip here. How to re-ink an ink pad. I always buy re-inker when I buy an ink pad. And that's just a little heads up that the in colors, like, let me just see, Seaside Spray, blanking out, Rococo Rose, Pretty Peacock, that whole set of in colors is retiring, and I make sure you've got your re-inkers for them because they sell out right away. So you just open up your ink pad. I always put the color on top so I can see. I just use a glue dot and a hole punch, and then I don't know if this is the correct way. I don't know, but this is the way I do it. All right. So I go zig, 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 zig. And you see how that's going in? That it needed re-inking. And then I turn it and go zig, 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 zig this way. And if it really is soaking in like that, I might give it a few more swirls in the middle. But that's all you need to do. And then you need to take something that's not going to gouge. Your bone folder will work. I have this soup spoon from some fast food place, I don't know, and I just then spread it as if I was spreading icing on a cake. Not that I ever do that anymore, but then I go this way as well. And I have just re-inked my ink pad. I go rinse this off under the sink, and it's good for the next time. Let's see if I can put that. And then when you close it, For the first little bit, turn it upside down, and that will help the ink soak in, because our ink pads already store the ink pads upside down, so the ink is at the top and ready to go, but you need it to soak in a little bit. If you don't do this, it's not the end of the world, but it's really good if you turn it upside down, just even for 15 minutes, and then put it away, and you'll be good to go. But it makes all the difference in the world. If you are really having to ink your stamps hard, then you need to re-ink, and you'll be surprised at what a difference it is. And Roz said all three, either one. I'm going to just go this way. Obviously all three would work. Now all I need is the balloon. Boy, I'm lost for words tonight. So I'm just going to worry about inking up the balloon. And then I've got scrap paper underneath. I'm going to just go like that. And I've got the balloon, and then I'm going to bring my paper snips. And I'm just going to cut that out, leaving a little bit of an edge. For some reason, it is just way more forgiving if you don't cut right on the line. So especially if you're using basic white, but even with the patterned paper, unless you're needing it to fit right in between the lines, it's usually best to give yourself a little bit of that buffer zone. Okay, there we go. I've got it all cut out. And what I'm going to do with it is just put it over top of the balloon, and now I have a patterned balloon up there. Isn't that fun? So let's stick that down. And as you can see, this card is coming together very, very quickly. So we'll flip it over like that. And now I'm going to build my card. So I've got a basic white. I'm still learning to say basic white. Basic white base. Now I use the thick Whisper White always for my bases. And then I've got basic black and this, and I just made them 1/4 of an inch smaller each time. So those of you who hate that 1/8 inch stuff that I tend to be a little bit fond of, I took care of you tonight and only made things change in size by 1/4 of an inch. And those of you who are new stampers, and some of you are, that is basically the magic for layering, is going down 1/4 of an inch and you're good to go. And then when you're feeling braver, you can mix it up a little bit. Oh, I meant to put dimensionals on that. Well, this one won't have dimensionals. This one will be nice and flat for the mail. There we go. I'm just going to turn it over so I can press without smearing anything. And it is almost done. And oh, I did get him down there. So this could be a get well card. Now there's one other thing that I would like to use on there. These embellishments are with the all the heart stuff at the beginning of the mini catalog, and I just love them. They just seem to work with everything. There are 2 sizes. They're the matte black dots. So there's the little bit bigger and the little bit smaller. So I'm going to put, and they come all in one sheet. I've cut this apart for some reason, something I was doing. Put that there. And this is how, somebody was asking, how do you plan your projects? I do just this kind of thing. Put stuff on the end and travel around. Okay, we'll put that there. And with that is our card. Now what I did on this one here, oh, look at the difference. All right. So I also did a few balloons in here. Even though that's that big stamp, you can just catch some balloons there like that. So which which one are you? Are you the brighter colored person or the pastel type of person? Which one would you rather receive in the mail, do you think? And while you're writing that in, I am going to show you some other ones using this. So I already showed you a little bit of a sneak peek here on this. This is just scrap. This used to be a calendar or something. Scrap paper. I put it here, and using the blending brushes again, they just blend so beautifully. You can do it with your sponges. The brushes just seem to work. So I did purple, I did Highland Heather and Balmy Blue here. And while it was still here, I stamped the dragonfly here and here. Then I lifted it off and stamped one dragonfly here. So that's how I got that look. And then there is not a single layer on this card. There's not a single embellishment on this card. I could certainly do it. But this just shows you can go back to stamps, ink, and paper and end up with an absolutely beautiful card. So here's one more. This time I did bring back some layers, and I went more for the sunset look. And this is what the, I forget, I'm blanking out on names tonight. This is one of the gorgeous stamp sets in Celebration. But here, like that. And then I want to show you a couple of other things. Oops, I just remembered. And I made one more with the little baby chick using the same colors that I used on this one here. So I'm seeing that some like the bright one, some like this one. It's all fun. Now, you don't have to just use a basic shape like a circle or a oval or square. You can use anything to make your designs here. I'm just going to bring this scrap paper back in. For example, if you have one of these, you can put it down and bring in, I'm going to bring in the Bermuda Bay just because it will be fairly strong and you'll be able to see. And I'm just going to do a little corner. So you can go like this, lift it up, and you've got your polka dots. I'll clean that brush after. Or you can actually bring in a die. So for example, if I brought in this die here, this is how I made this card. I used the blending brush and I put this down and used the blending brush here and here and here and a few other places. And when I was done, I had this really neat background, and then I ran it through the embossing folder. But also when I was done, the die had the color. So then I had the die to go on top like that. So that's another technique. Just a couple of other things. I took my blending brush and went over my embossing and colored the word. And you see this twine here? I actually colored white twine with the blending brush and ink too. Where I had a piece of twine. Here we go. So all that I did was pretend this is inked. I just went like this and colored the twine. So if you don't have, if you're looking for twine that matches your work, or even a ribbon or whatever, you can do that. So that's just another heads up about a way of using dies and stencils, I guess is the word, to make cards. Now, just before we carry on here, I did make a few more cards using this cute Hey Birthday Chick. I don't have the dies yet. I'm going to order one set tomorrow, I think. I was trying to hold off, but I really like them. So I made this one, this one here. So I just colored his hair and a little bit here and like that. That's the other thing I meant to say. Where did our original go back here? Sometimes when you look at these stamps, you think, oh, I have to color, and I'm not into coloring. I don't feel like coloring. I don't have time to color, whatever. This way you don't have to. The color's in the background and you're good to go. So, and or you can do like on here and just color a little bit, not everything. And then this is one more card using the chick. And then that, remember we did quite a while back, layered our circles and cut them in half, and that's what I did there. So this is a fun fold card. So it goes like that. So there are some ideas with the Hey Birthday Chick, but even more importantly, here are some ideas for using the blending brushes and stencils. So I hope you like that. And just before we leave, I do have some mail that I want to share with you. So I received this beautiful card from Diana. Now sometimes we look at hearts and forget that they're just not just for Valentine's Day, but this is a gorgeous wedding card she's created. And Diana's watching tonight. So Diana, this card is just amazing. So thank you so much. And then I received this in a swap, and it is using one of the new sets from the mini catalog. So that looks really fun. This is the hydrangea one that a lot of you are enjoying so much. And let me just see if I can show you how it stands up. So it's got a back here, so this would be your innards of your card, but it stands up like that. I'll do it sideways so you can get an idea. Isn't that neat? That's a neat fold. I think we're going to have to give it a try. What do you think? Some of you who take my classes or who watch me here, would you like to see me do a fold like this sometime? And then this is a beautiful one with the butterflies. I like how they cut out the background and then have the butterflies overlapping on top, and just the gentle colors. This one here was a fold that I was playing around with, and you open it up like this, and the heart here is what's holding it closed, and then it opens like that. These are my instructions tucked inside. So we've got that. And then this is another one I was playing around with. I saw someone else do one a few years ago. So I took our jar from the annual catalog and sort of tilted it. And then, oh, where did that go? Remember that heart die I had here? I kept all the little hearts from it and just had them tumbling out of the jar along with the letters from the Playful Alphabet, and then a few of the resin hearts. So I was just having a little bit of fun there. So thank you for joining me tonight, and have some fun with this technique. It is so easy, so easy. You can make your opening with punches, with cut dies, or just with your with whatever. So paper trimmers, what I'm trying to get, and I will try to learn how to talk properly before next time. But I thank you so much for joining me. If you do make something with this technique, I'd love it if you would share it here, just so that the rest of us can be inspired. So thank you, take care, and have some fun. Bye-bye.